Hello, hello. Hi, gang. Hi, everybody. Hope you had a nice Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah late this year, beginning at sundown last night. If you're celebrating, same as I said for Christmas, I wish you all good things, health, happiness, time with your family. Nice to see everybody. I've been reading the comments. Uh, Good to see that the gang is still here. Hey, I just got an email, a Mike Allen email blast that kind of sets the stage for where I want to go with our couple of minutes together. He lays out Donald Trump's ambitious agenda for day one. These are the things that he said that he would do on his first day in office: settle the Russia Ukraine war, close the border, cut federal funding for schools that teach CRT or have a vaccine mandate, begin the largest deportation operation, end the mandate for electric vehicles, increase drilling and fracking, begin ending inflation and making life affordable, terminate open border policies, end Bidenomics, end the Green New Deal, end birthright citizenship, ban trans women from competing in women's sports, reduce energy costs by 50%, appoint a task force to review cases of January 6 prisoners, etc. That's only part of what he said he's going to do on day one. And now you can add to this mix his continued pursuit of purchasing Greenland from Denmark, which is today's poll question at Smerconish.com. I'll get to it in a moment. The college football playoffs are off and running. Pro football playoffs not far behind. Whether your team scores or not, there's always another way to win on the Play Gun Lake online casino and sportsbook app in Michigan, or BetParks app in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Maryland. BetParks, Play Gun Lake, they're the only apps that I ever use and recommend, and bet sports and play all your favorite casino games for real money, all at the same time, by the way. Get some skin in the game and bet sports or play blackjack, craps, poker, roulette, and hot online slots, all while watching the game. I love the movie Ted. They've got a slot machine that is based upon it. Same thing with Rocky. Also, the TV shows Peaky Blinders and Breaking Bad. I've got a Peaky Blinders hat that I love to wear. Play with a live dealer. Have some fun. Bet with your head, not over it. You know what we say. And they've also got that great download opportunity, the app for $1,000 casino bonus back if you're a new user and down in the first 24 hours. That's got to be wagered. Playgunlake.com. You got to be 21, and in Michigan for that app, you've got to be 21, and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Michigan for BetParks. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So, poll question today on this Thursday, the day after Christmas. You'll be in good hands with my buddy, Dr. Maz. Call him and ask him about how our relationship began. He truly was my original intern. Was it he or Notre Dame Ben? I think it was Maz first and then Ben. And Maz, came to me when he was both in law and medical school. And now he's the co-CEO of the entire Cooper Health System. Brilliant guy, wonderful guy. You'll enjoy your time with him. Greenland and Iceland. Greenland and Iceland. So what do they say? Iceland is green and Greenland is ice. It is covered, Greenland, by a wide swath of ice. Most of it is ice. It's Iceland that has become trendy. I know that I looked at a possible trip to Iceland because I'd been reading about people who went, did bike riding and so forth, and they said it was just gorgeous and fun. But when I actually took a look at the map and then took a look at the flights, Iceland's far. Greenland is nearer to the United States, but it's like Greenland we associate more with North America. Iceland, I think we associate more with Europe. And of course, we all remember when Gorbachev and Reagan had that meeting in Reykjavik. That's where I was thinking of going. And maybe someday I will get there. But here's Trump again in pursuit of the idea that we ought to purchase Greenland. Should we be trying to do that? You're going to have to tell me what the downside is of Trump wanting to do it. Why does he want to do it? I'm sure he's going to assert that there's a strategic advantage in terms of mineral resources that are located on Greenland, and that's probably true. Military advantage as well. Truman wanted it at the end of World War II. So it's not just Trump who wants this notch in his belt, so to speak. But I think that for Donald Trump, he probably looks at it as a developer, as a land opportunity. Remember when he wanted to put condos in North Korea? You can't make this stuff up. And probably, thinks of Ike enhancing his legacy. Am I right about this? I think I am, because it was at the end of Eisenhower's administration that Alaska joined the United States. Or maybe I'm supposed to say joined the State of the Union. But Ike got credit for that, and Trump, I think, wants credit for this. So it all comes now to light again because President-elect Trump announced that Ken Howery is going to be his ambassador to Denmark. And in making that announcement just before Christmas, President-elect Trump said, for purposes of national security and freedom throughout the world, the United States of America feels that ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity. And this is also at a time when Trump is reasserting his intention for the U.S. to control the Panama Canal. So I guess he's of an expansionist mindset, even though he's against forever wars. Greenland's prime minister had already rejected the remarks, saying Greenland is ours. We are not for sale. We will never be for sale. We must not lose our long struggle for freedom. That's Greenland's prime minister. You'll remember that back in 2019, on his first watch, in Trump's first term, he asserted this at the time, saying strategically it's interesting and we'd be interested, but we'll need to talk to them a little bit. First, we need to find out whether or not they have any interest. And at that point, Denmark said, no, it's not for sale. And President-elect Trump, this is back in 2019, didn't like the tone of the way that the Prime Minister of Denmark responded, and he ended up canceling a trip. The Wall Street Journal was the first to break discussion of Donald Trump's interest in Greenland in 2019. I went back and I pulled the clip. Here are just two paragraphs from that story that kind of flesh out your understanding of his interest. In meetings, at dinners, and in passing conversations in 2019, the Journal wrote, Mr. Trump has asked advisors whether the U.S. can acquire Greenland, listened with interest when they discuss its abundant resources and geopolitical importance, and according to two people, has asked his White House counsel to look into the idea. Some of his advisors have supported the concept, saying that it would be a good economic play. Two of the people said, while others dismissed it as a fleeting fascination that will never come to fruition, it's also unclear how the U.S. would go about acquiring Greenland, even if the effort were serious. It's got a population of about 56,000, Lincoln Financial Field, if you will. It is the self-ruling part of the Kingdom of Denmark. While its government decides on most domestic matters, foreign and security policy is handled by Copenhagen. And then it goes on to say Trump's scheduled to visit Denmark soon. But of course, that didn't happen. U.S. officials view Greenland, I didn't know this part, as important to American national security interests. This now, a decades-old defense treaty between Denmark and the U.S. gives the U.S. military virtual unlimited rights in Greenland at America's northernmost base, Thule Air Force Base, 750 miles north of the Arctic Circle. It includes a radar station that is part of a U.S. ballistic missile early warning system. The base also is used by U.S. Air Force Space Command and the North American Aerospace Defense Command. I didn't know that we had a base there and that we already were in this position of strength. The U.S. has sought to derail Chinese efforts to gain an economic foothold in Greenland. The Pentagon worked successfully in 2018 to block China from financing 3 airports on the island. One last detail. Hopefully you'll find this of interest. Though it has vast natural resources across its 811,000 miles, Greenland relies on $591 million of subsidies from Denmark annually, which make up 60% of its annual budget. That's not a big budget. So I'm sure that's what Trump is looking at it and thinking. It's a massive piece of land. It's close to the United States. There's military and mineral benefit to being in control of Greenland. And hey, I'll be remembered like Ike was remembered for adding to the footprint of the United States. I said World War II, Harry Truman. Greenland is technically part of North America. It is culturally and politically linked to Europe. Following World War II, the U.S. under President Harry Truman developed a geopolitical interest in 1946, offering to buy it from Denmark for $100 million. Denmark refused to sell. That was the second failed attempt. The State Department also launched an inquiry into buying Greenland and Iceland in 1867. So, one last thing. I looked at the comments on the Wall Street Journal original piece when they wrote about this. They broke the story. The lead comment, a lot of comments to it. James writes, "We bought the U.S. Virgin Islands, then known as the Danish West Indies, from Denmark in 1917. So why not Greenland? The U.S. took over defense of Iceland in 1941 when Denmark was under the German heel. So buying Greenland is not an outrageous idea at all." Question today on this Thursday, the first day, full day of Hanukkah, which began last night in the evening and day after Christmas. Do you support the United States trying to purchase Greenland from Iceland? It's a great question. Great question. And Maz is all dialed in and up to speed and eager to chat with you all about this. So please make sure that you are voting at Smerconish.com on today's poll question. I wish you continued health and happiness during the holiday season. I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Maz is back tomorrow on air, but I enjoy being able to have a little bit of repartee and stay in touch with everybody. I appreciate all of you who pay attention to YouTube and, of course, listen to the SiriusXM POTUS program, subscribe to the newsletter, and remember this, day after tomorrow is my CNN special for 2024. Second year in a row that I get to host my book club. And it's been recorded. I did it about 2 weeks ago. I think it turned out well. There were 11 authors who really made an impact on me that I interviewed on CNN this year. And so on the program on Saturday, we cut them up, and I narrate through why they were so alluring, the authors and the books that they wrote. So file that away if you wouldn't mind for Saturday morning. Okay. Cynthia and Sean and Harvey and Kate Kelly and Nancy Lawrence and my buddy Jamal, all you guys, I thank you. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a great day. Okay? Go back to what you were doing now. See ya.